you don't know me, my name is Kiana Thomas. I am a National Board Certified Teacher, now turned homeschool mom. My goal is to help and educate other parents on creating the life they love, centered in faith, family, and homeschooling. And one of the things that I particularly am very passionate about is self-care and creating an environment of peace and ease, an environment that's stress-free or a lot less stress, and an environment that's conducive for learning, that's enjoyable for both the parent and the child. So that is what you'll get when you follow me and when you come to my channel. Feel free to follow all of those mediums. Hello, I have a YouTube channel. Thomas Kids Cooking Crew is my kids channel, but Kiana Thomas is my channel. And that is where I do give a lot of tips and tricks in this homeschool journey. Today is creating a peaceful and stress-free homeschool environment. So I'm going to give you 5 quick tips on ways that you can do that and make this transition a lot less stressful. Hello. All right, the first tip I'm going to tell you and give you is to pray. Start your day with prayer, involve your children in prayer, and I guarantee you how much easier, how much stress-free, it'll just help you start the day off better. Let me give you a quick example of that. Again, I'm a National Board Certified Teacher, so at one point in time I was in the classroom. And I had this one class, and we of course didn't know it until after I left. But I had this one class, and I would do this the year before I left. I would have them come in when the first 2 minutes, we did not do any schoolwork. I had this soft music, instrumental music playing, and I had everybody close their eyes and focus on their breathing. They couldn't have their cell phones out or anything like that. And while they were doing that, I was praying. I was praying over every child. I wasn't going around them putting their hands, but I just kind of stood there and I was praying, and I called every child out by name, and I just told them to just, relax and close their eyes quietly for 2 minutes. Let me tell you, that changed and shifted the atmosphere in that classroom. When I left, they could not, and I didn't realize the class was so uncontrollable. I just never realized it because I put that out there from the very beginning. I started the day with prayer, and but when I left, they had to break up the class because they could not handle it. So that is just a good example of showing you how when you start your day with prayer, it eases things. It cuts a lot of things out, and it helps that transition to getting your day started. So I would highly recommend, number 1, starting your day with prayer and getting your kids involved in the process. Number 2, go with the flow. Listen, again, as a classroom teacher, I had my lesson plans, and most of the time you didn't deviate from those lessons plans, right? It was just what it was. In homeschool, I remember my first year schooling, and I came in with the attitude like a teacher. I had my lesson plan. I had the kids sitting at the table. Okay, y'all, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. Now, of course, they were younger. They were kindergarten. When I tell you, they ran circles around me, and I was so stressed. I was like, why? What is going on? I have to laugh every time I think about it. But I'm like, I'm a distinguished teacher. I have taught hundreds of kids, and I can't get my own kids on board. What is the problem? But it was just that one. Another thing that I would tell you, don't try to recreate school at home. Homeschooling should be fun. It should not look like a public school classroom. So go with the flow. If you have this nice thought out plan and you're ready and you're excited about it, but then you try to present that to the kids and they're not feeling it, be okay with scrapping it or coming back and revisiting it another day. Again, if you get your kids involved, you will be surprised at how much easier things are for you. So get your kids involved, ask them what they want to learn and what they want to do, and you'll be surprised at the turn and just the less stress and just the ease of the day. So I encourage you to do that. The second thing I would do is I would tell you to do is to identify your children's learning styles. And based off of their learning styles, try to find and gear the lessons toward their learning styles. Because 1, you're setting them up for success. You're catering to their needs, and therefore there will be a lot less stress as far as what to do and how to do it, and just that physical fight back, because they don't really understand it. So when we are setting our kids up for success, we are putting them in a position to be successful and giving them the tools that they need to do that. So set your kids up for success. Number 4, I would tell you, is to make learning fun, but also take breaks when you need to. Don't feel like you have to recreate a school environment at home. In a public school, you may send them off, drop them off at 7 a.m. in the morning, and don't come back and pick them up until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And in your mind, you're thinking that's how it has to be at home. No. For the most part, depending on the child's age, 20 minutes. And even, so my twins just turned 9, then I have a 7-year-old, then I have a 4-year-old. My 4-year-old, I'll be good if I get 10 minutes of physical, attentiveness from her. And that's okay, because at that age, their learning happens through play. So then you have the 7-year-old, 20 minutes, maybe 15. Then you have the 9-year-olds. Now they can do 30. They should be, again, the older they get, you add maybe 5 more minutes onto that, where they're actually sitting doing structured learning, if that's your style. Okay, but know that kids learn all day. Kids learn through experience. They learn through hands-on. So make learning fun. But if you feel that you must do this physical sitting down workbook type of thing, do no more than 20 minutes at a time, and then take a break. So, and this is what we do. We do morning binders, and in the binder it has like multiplications and stuff that I want them to know, the different states and African countries and things like that. So then just things that I want them to learn, I compiled it all into this binder, and we go through that every day. Books of the Bible, scripture verses, things like that, and we go through that every morning. Now, I would say take 20 minutes of time and then allow them a 5-minute break. Again, I also did this in my classroom, and we called it brain breaks. So I'll come to you with some brain break ideas and some things that the kids can do during that brain break time. But you want to allow them time to take those breaks, to give their mind time to process all of that information you just fed it. Brain breaks are good and they are necessary. So take 20 minutes and then rest or break. 20 minutes and then break, and watch how things change for you and for your homeschool environment. So make it fun, and making it fun, you can play games, you can do all kinds of things that interest your child. If they're into science, provide science kits, etc., etc., etc. The sky is the limit. As your imagination grows, that's the limit. Okay. And then the last tip that I have for you is to take learning outside. Switch up, and again, I did this, a lot of things, not everything, but a lot of things that I did in my physical classroom, I did bring back, because I was not your traditional teacher. I never kind of went with the mold of what a regular teacher looks like. I wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to be engaging. I remember even having the kids be teacher, and I just facilitated. That means I put them in groups, and I gave each group a lesson objective. And they had to come up with how they would present that objective to the class. And we created a test for it. I mean, everything. So my class was not your traditional class. And on many occasions, we went outside. They had nice courtyards with seating areas or walls that you can kind of sit on. And I would just have all the kids bring their book if it was something we were learning in the book, and we would go outside in this area and we would learn. The fresh air, the sunlight, the flowers, all of that just made the learning experience that much more heightened and just beautiful and just engaging. It was amazing. So I would encourage you to do that. Take learning outside. Take it to the park if you can't, like your backyard is not big enough or whatever, you don't like your backyard. Take it to the park. Enjoy yourself, take a walk somewhere, etc. Just find ways to before it used to be Starbucks and all that kind of stuff, but with COVID. But anyway, just find ways to switch up the learning that happens on a day-to-day basis and make it fun. Well, guys, that are my 5 tips. I'm going to go through a recap really quickly, and then I'm going to peace out. So 5 tips on creating a peaceful and stress-free learning environment. 1, start your day with prayer. Include your children. 2, go with the flow. Be okay with scrapping the plans if they are not working for you. 3, make sure you identify your child's learning style and gear the lessons toward their learning style, helping them, setting them up for success. 4, make learning fun and take frequent breaks. Take breaks when needed. So game schooling, playing cards, that kind of thing, but make learning fun. And 5, change the environment. Go outside, take learning outside, go to a nice park or go into your backyard and take your little picnic blanket, etc., and take learning outside. Guys, I hope that this was helpful and useful for you. Let me know which ones stuck out to you. Let me know if any of these that you try and you do at home already. And if there's something that was not mentioned, let me know ways that you and your family help create a stress-free learning environment. Thank you for your time and spending it with me today, because I know you have many choices, but you chose to spend it with me, and for that I am grateful. Peace and blessings, and I will see you soon.